Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, your boy, and I have an announcement to make. This channel, from here on out, is going to be under the name Grandmaster J. Now wait, I know what you're thinking, Josh, that is stupid. But listen, you might be right, but I like it, so shut up, that's it. I mean, like, you know, Twitch is already named to that, and like, you know, I don't use Twitter, so it's fine. It's fine, you guys will get over it. Anyway, hope y'all enjoy the video. That's all I have to say. Love you all. Peace. Ladies and gents, welcome back to In a Nutshell, where I go over the absolute basics to get you started on a new character. Today, we will be going over the new kid on the block, the poster boy for all things Dragon Ball hype. I can't believe there are 8 Gokus in this game, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Let's get started. 5L, pretty basic jab, pretty decent, good for staggers. 5LL, also good for staggers as it's only -4 on block. 5LLL, this actually acts as a pretty good anti-air as the last hit is head invul, so if your opponent is either right above you or trying to super dash at you, might not be a bad idea to throw this out. 5M, crazy far normal, actually hits round start, this move's ridiculous. 5H, just a pretty normal, very far reaching 5H. 5S, this move is the God Projectile. It actually tracks the opponent as long as they are not directly above or below you. And it is crazy. Now, it does not go full screen, but the tracking on it makes it kind of ridiculous. 2L does not hit low, but it doesn't really matter for this character. 2M, just a standard 2M with 11 frame startup. 2H, very good anti-air. He actually stays grounded, so if the opponent blocks, then he can actually get any of his grounded follow-ups afterwards. But that kind of doesn't matter because all of his follow-ups, most of them can actually be performed in the air as well. JL, pretty good air-to-air. JM, this move is actually incredibly good for cross-ups as it reaches very far. JH, it's just a normal JH. 6M, a normal 6M. 6H, this is actually a pretty incredible command normal that leads into 2 very strong follow-ups. If you follow it up with another 6H, you actually do a 20 frame overhead, which is pretty darn fast. Or you can follow it up with 3H, which leads into this low that allows you to combo off of it pretty well. And finally, 6S. As you can see, he gains levels every time you do this move, and what it does is that it powers up your level 1 and your level 3. However, if you manage to get all the way up to level 7, as you guys have already probably seen online, he actually gains access to a new level 3, which totally insta-kills. Fair and balanced. Before we move on to his specials, I would like to talk about his unique ability to double air dash. Yes, that is correct, double air dash, or if you'd prefer, you can double jump and air dash, but you cannot jump, air dash, and jump again. So this is actually incredible because not only does it make his mobility pretty insane, but he can actually go for mix-ups that other characters cannot. For example, he can do stuff like this. Moving on to his specials. Starting off with Lightning Hammer, which is the quarter circle forward L, M, or S version. This acts as a pretty good lariat style striking move that he can use in the air, and the special thing about it is that it is actually, sorry, hang on a second, it is actually projectile invul. Well, you know, kind of. It is projectile invul, which makes it incredibly good at closing distances against zoners or whatnot, in case you're kind of like playing this mid-range game and you kind of wanted to shoot your fist into his gut. It's really good. Next, we are going to talk about his Meteor Strike, or 214 L, M, or H. This is a pretty good overhead that tracks to the opponent from pretty far range, and the medium and heavy versions are actually +2 on block, which actually makes it great for him to reset pressure on his opponent. This, in my opinion, is public enemy #1 that makes Gogeta so incredible. The EX version of this move is 20 frame startup and is +2 on block. And it tracks to the opponent from a pretty far part of the screen. So, like, he can basically just play nooch and then just bang, like, right on top of you. And the fact that it's 20 frames makes it pretty darn hard to 2H, especially in a game as fast as Dragon Ball, when you have, like, assists going all across the screen and all this stuff happening. So, please, if you use any move in his arsenal, if you remember anything from this video, use this move. Next, let's talk about his Kamehameha, or his bluff Kamehameha. That is 236S. It is actually a command grab with the startup of a Kamehameha. This will actually throw off a lot of people. I know it's thrown me off plenty of times because this game, like, is basically for the last 3 years been dominated by projectiles, and all of a sudden you have one that's actually a command grab that doesn't suck like Goku Black's. I mean, come on. It's great. Now let's talk about his reversals, starting with Punisher Guard, or 214S. This is actually a parry style move that he actually gets a full follow-up off of. Why is he the only character who can do this? I don't know, but that is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And of course, last but not least, if he didn't have enough things already, he also has a DP. A DP and a parry, can you believe it? Talk about privilege. Not only that, as you can see below, his DP actually gives you a Dragon Ball. So, if you're playing a very long set against an opponent, then you can just farm Dragon Balls if you want. And then bang, summon Shinron, you got the advantage, you win the game. Why did they make this character so broken? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Now, it's time to move on to his supers. Starting with Ultimate Impact, or 236 Super. With this super, he actually teleports directly behind the opponent, and it has two versions. If you use the air version of this move, he actually stays in front, as you can see, or if you use the grounded version, he will cross up to the other side of the screen. Do note, however, there is startup to this move, so if you are trying to react to like a Kamehameha or something, it kind of doesn't work that way. Sorry. And of course, his level 3, Ultra Big Bang Kamehameha. This is a pretty normal level 3 that actually puts your opponent in a pretty nasty situation if you're in the corner. Watch this. Come on, like, that's so cheap. And of course, as I showed before, his Big Bang Kamehameha times 100, which is performed by doing 214 S and H. As mentioned before, it doesn't matter how crappy the starter, okay? It doesn't matter. This move will always kill. Always. Now, let's talk about his assists. Starting off with Finish Sign. This is a meter building assist that actually brings his level up by 1. Very similar to base Goku's. However, he cannot actually go to level 7. He can only cap out at level 5. As you can see, I'm still doing it. He only stays at level 5. So you can't actually, you know, be a little cheeky and get up to level 7 and then tag him in and then one-shot your opponent. It'd be nice, but that would also be kind of broken. Next, his B assist, which is going to be Meteor Strike. This is a Lariat style assist that is actually very, very easy to follow up with. It is plus 33 on block. However, it does have a bit of a short range. So if you're putting your opponent in a block string, it's perfect. But other than that, you know, you definitely want to be pretty darn close to your opponent. And finally is going to be his C assist, which is going to be his DP plus Energy of Justice. And of course, like the actual move, it does build a Dragon Ball. However, do keep in mind, this move is not that great because if the opponent is jumping... Wait, sorry. Yoink, yoink. If the opponent is jumping, it won't hit them. So, do keep that in mind. Gogeta's playstyle is a very rush-down, surprisingly high-mix character that just wants to put you in a lot of uncomfortable situations with his 6H and make you and just force you to guess all the time. He just always wants you to guess. My personal preference is to use him with a lockdown assist like Gotenks, so that way you can put your opponent in even more uncomfortable situations, like so, or something like this. Whoops, I messed up. But you get the idea. He is really, really good. I think he's pretty darn strong. And of course, every time he hits you, he hits like a gosh darn truck. So, I would say he's probably going to be one of the top tiers in the game. Just give it some time. Trust me, that is your Grandmaster J stamp of approval, okay? And finally, the part that you guys have all been waiting for, the combos. Just as a disclaimer, I'm going to give you his most basic routes as well as a 5H extension and the recommended routes that I use for this character. If you have anything like that you know or something that you guys know that I don't, or any combos that I missed, please just take that with you, lab it out, and just grow and improve. These combos are not your be-all, end-all. These are just to get you started. So let's go. Starting off with his basic mid-screen route. Moving on to his 5H extension. And this is the mid-screen combo that I use. Moving on to the corner for my recommended corner route. And this is an alternate version if you find this a bit easier. And finally, a regular air-to-air confirm, just to show you how the EX Meteor Strike extension works. If you find that a little too hard, what I find easier is to actually omit the 5M and just go straight for the 6H. And that is going to do it. Guys, I hope that you've learned something. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please get out there and try out this character. I think he is really, really fun. I think Dragon Ball is in a really great state right now. I hope you guys have fun. And if you did enjoy the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps out. Dropping a like on the video also helps. And if you want, you can tune into my live streams at twitch.tv/GrandmasterJ. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.